Hey guys, YouTube, Captain Machine here, back for a short video. Again, we're in the woods, and as you can see today, we're in mist-shrouded territory. It does invoke... You want to climb that tree? Okay, go on then. My apprentice wants to climb the tree, because he is part wood elf, and that is what they do. Either way, yeah, it invokes memories for me, there we go, of running Ravenloft back in the old days when it was my setting of choice. I had literally everything for it. I think, no, tell a lie, there was one book I was missing, and it was only for the sake of completion, and it was for the spin-off Victorian setting, which I wasn't really interested in, so in the end I drew the line there. Sadly though, when I moved house, I didn't have the room for it anymore, and I sold the collection off. And that's kind of what this video is about, because I remember reading a post the other day, because it's Boxing Day now, which means it was Christmas yesterday and Christmas Eve the day before. And the post said, you know you're an adult when it's not difficult to go to sleep on Christmas Eve anymore. And you might be wondering where I'm going with this, because I was that kid. And I imagine most of you two guys were too, whereby going to sleep on Christmas Eve was such an exciting prospect. It was near and impossible till your tank ran out of energy and you just passed out. But I'm going to say that you know you're an old gamer when you realise you don't need one of everything. Gone are the days where I tried to complete collections. I used to have all the Ravenloft books, bar one. All the Werewolf the Apocalypse books in print. A sizable collection of everything to do with 3rd edition. Same as Pathfinder. And for a time, a very impressive collection of Call of Cthulhu. Most of which has disappeared. There's some of the items I've kept hold of, but most of it's gone. And I've come to the realisation, as a much older gamer, GMing for much younger players, that I don't need all of it. Gone are the days where it's all about splat books. Gone are the days where you need a setting book for every minute little detail, every faction, every country, every region, whatever the case may be. It's just not necessary. Look how far he's got. He's climbed all the way over. He's climbed all the way from there, all the way over to there. Told you, part wood elf. Right. So yeah, that's my little remembrance. Much as I'd love to talk about the Raven and Halloween and scary things, especially at Christmas, thanks to Mr. Charles Dickens. More, I wanted to talk about the realisation that you don't need a vast library of books. If you go back far enough in my history of my channel, you'll see that I used to sit behind a wall of text. There was just this wall of book spines. And there's some RPG-esque material producers out there that still do it. And to be fair, there's several people that think of themselves as political commentators that do the same, but obviously with different sorts of books. But I think there comes a time when you realise you don't need it. Some of it's nice to have, but it's not essential. Doubly so while PDFs are a thing. If you can find yourself a easy and convenient way to read a PDF, then I recommend going down that avenue for your source material. Like, for example, I am currently umming and ahhing running a Pathfinder 1st edition campaign. So I've got the core rule book, I've got the Advanced Player's Guide, whatever it's called, I can't remember now, to be fair. I picked up a couple of like smaller splat books for it, like classic monsters. They're the good ones, the good stuff. But we're running it in Faerun, in the Forgotten Realms. So I don't need any of the material that relates directly to the world that Pathfinder set in. You'll have to forgive me, I forget at this moment in time what it's called. So basically armed with like 2 or 3 physical books, one of which is the 3.5 version of the Forgotten Realms. Oh, actually, I think it was 3rd edition it came out in, actually. Yeah, it was. It was on with the 3rd edition Forgotten Realms book, the Pathfinder core book, one of the player expansions, and a whole mountain of PDFs relating to other classes, and definitely the monster manuals. There's a lot of monster manuals out for both 3rd edition and for Pathfinder, all of which are in PDF. I don't need them in hard copy. I'll be running a game, so I don't have to bring my entire library to the game to play. But thanks to PDFs, I kind of can. But again, it's the realization. Gabriel, give me a hand. Gabriel, give me a hand. You're coming down now. Good lad. That's right. Watch yourself. It's going to be slippy and wet with all the fog. There we go. We're good. Yeah, so it's not necessary. It's not needed. I think the last setting that I got everything for was Hellfrost. I don't expect we're going to see any more of that unless a second edition materialises, which I don't see anytime soon, unless Replace Games decide to parent off the license to another writer. And as vain as I would like to think that might be me one day, not going to happen. I'm not that good. I'm not that prevalent. It's something I need to work on in 2025. And then, of course, there's Slay Industries, which I have pretty much one of everything, but they release once in a blue moon, so it's not that hard to keep up with. No, Gabriel, you can't climb that one. So, we've been exploring the woods, trying to find some magic in these mist-shrouded places, looking for Lord Soth, or Count Strahd, or King Azalin. We haven't encountered them yet. Gabriel, come on. Good lad. How's about we go to the coffee shop, eh? We warm up under the coffee shop. Yeah. Merry Christmas, guys, or whatever else you celebrate out there. I know this is a little bit late, but it's only when the mood takes me. I don't yet have the position where I can just plonk a video camera down and film whenever I feel the need to. So that's not going to happen. But I do have a Substack. There is literally one post for it, so don't go rushing to it yet. In fact, that's half the game. You have to go find it. It won't be hard if you know where you're looking. Either way, I'll talk more about later once I've got some material on it and I get to the rhythm of writing religiously for it. But other than that, guys, thank you for your time. Goodbye.